So here are the pieces as they are at the end of my residency at the Vestibules, and this is one of the larger seascapes that I've worked on, and this morning I have just put on these last details in charcoal, which I think really focused the eye. This was an original piece of collage that I put on right at the beginning. I just really loved the texture, and I thought it kind of lent itself to sky and clouds. And here you can see some of the underneath layers of acrylic paint. And just moving down the piece here. So I've been using acrylic medium to stick on my pieces of monoprint that I made at my home studio. And I've been sticking them over the sort of swathes, the drifts of acrylic colour that I put on beforehand. So this is how it is at the moment. There's probably a bit more to do on this one, and the same here with this other seascape. But this is how they are at the end of the 3 weeks that I've had working intensively here. I've added here some of the neon tissue that I've found, and just little touches of it really make a difference. And I've also been sort of scribbling in with Posco pens as well, which is what that orange mark is up there, and pastels down at the bottom here as well. This is something I've added just today, actually, the pastel aspect. And you can see here I've been putting on quite a bit of monoprint collage onto this one, quite big pieces of dark collage. And I've also been using graphite to just draw into the piece as well here in the left hand corner. Yep, so this is the neon tissue just there, a little bit of it. And again, something I've just added this morning is these little, I guess they're sort of wormholes. And you don't really see them from far away, but when you look closely, you can see them in the piece. So again, this probably needs a bit more work, but I'm really enjoying it at the moment. And then I've got these 3 pieces here which kind of work as a series. They're all ancient sites. This one is Winchester Hill, and I've added a little wind-blown tree there in the distance, and the fields, looking out over the fields there, with the footpath leading up to the brow of the hill. So this is quite heavily collaged, and then using the Posca pens to draw over the top again, which I'm really liking actually. They're great to work with. And this collage area here just happened to kind of suggest fields, so I've just left it as it is. And then some graphite work here as well, and I've added my favourite thing to do, which is the sun kind of being covered by clouds. So I really like this piece. Took me a while to figure out the scale and the size of what I was doing, and I think it's pretty much almost there. And again, the same with this one here. So this is inspired by Maiden Castle, so I've got another ancient site. And again, I've kind of added these very small sort of trees in the distance there, and they're sort of looking out over the fields, contrasted with this sort of massive rampart that takes up most of the picture. This took a while to get right. I collaged and then I painted and then I collaged again. So actually there's some quite nice layers going on here. There's some real depth going on, which kind of I didn't actually plan, but it's kind of ended up like that, so it's all good. And again, a little bit of drawing. This is just using some really nice pencils here, some normal pencils. And you can see some of the nice things going on here where, again, not planned, just depth and texture. And this third one here, again, inspired by an ancient site. I think this was inspired by Maiden Castle again, although I have not kept to reality, shall we say. I have been working really on what the design needs and what the piece needs itself. So this actually came together very quickly, almost on the first day, putting the collage down, making that line at the top there, or sorry, in the middle there. And then I've just added this orange line work and a little bit of collage just towards the end. So sometimes it works like that, you don't need to do much. And I think I just put this one aside actually almost as soon as I did it, so I didn't mess around with it too much. And it's pretty much stayed as it was. I've just added that little, again, that sun disappearing in the cloud as well. So that's where I am at the end of my residency.